tell you you have to do it. They choose to do it. And when you choose to do something and your behavior is excellent, you get to keep on doing it. And I think that's a really good life lesson to learn. So all of these kids have voluntarily come in to read books, and some of these books, take a peek at how fat they are, and some of them don't even have pictures in them. Can you imagine that? And they still enjoy reading them. So, with no further ado, I don't know how loud this is, you might have to cover your ears. And I want you to introduce yourself. Tell us how many books you've read.
I'm Madison. I read 9 books. Chloe Carlson. Meredith. I read 4 books. I'm Elizabeth. I read 12.
I'm Logan and I've read 4.
I'm Leanne and I read 15. I'm Wyatt and I've read 12 books. I'm Jordan and I've read 2. I'm Alex and I read 3. And I've read 5. I'm Natalie and I've read all 15.
I'm Rich and I've read all 15.
I'm Julian and I've read 11.
I'm Afraid and I've read 3.5.
I'm Razzie and I've read 15. I'm Dominic and I read 2 books.
I'm Jonathan and I read 6.
I'm Mike and I read 3 and 4.
Almost 4, so congratulations. I know we're Canterbury students, but let's not make it too easy to peek, okay? And what you're going to see right now, they don't do at the competition amongst the schools. We call this the flash round. So everybody gets the opportunity to come up and answer a question. We're going to run through this probably 3 or 4 times. We'll just see how fast it goes. So we have 3 groups right here, and member 1 from each group, come on up, take a buzzer. And what you are going to see is I'm going to ask a question, and if they think they know it, they're going to hit that buzzer, sometimes even before I finish reading the question. And sometimes that gets them into trouble, because how many books have dogs in them? 3 books have dogs in them, so if they hit that buzzer early and it's a question about a dog, yeah, that's 1 in 3 chance they're going to get that question right. So they pick these books with familiar themes, with similar themes, to make it a little bit trickier on the competitors. So let's just see what happens, and then we might stop and do some more explanation later. So you guys ready? Mama Lou hates. Correct? And I think what we'll do is we'll just hold all the applause at the end of the round. Because I know it will be thunderous. If Mr. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to reset. It's going to take me longer to use this. If Mr. St. Ubid ate 3 onions, he'd be left with stinky breath. That's a tough one. Mr. Stupid. All right, that was Sophie Simon Solves Them All. Okay. All right, next. Dad could not have heard this pet all day because it was
Kitty dog.
correct. Probably might have said it because you know I'll forget. Your mug wish I had that kind of memory. A funny red comb on an animal's head looked about as useful to her as a spoon is to a snake. A funny red comb on an animal's head. What kind of animal has a comb on it? Close? Yeah, so what other animal is close to a rooster? Yes, probably chickens. A teacher used paint to write on the wall, "A poem is a gift." Excellent, yes. Boys talk about making a frog town. Picture the cover. Yes, the Fantastic Secret of Old Jester. Good job. And we teach, because it's really hard to remember 15 titles, so one of the things we do at practice is we have them visualize what the cover looks like, what the print looks like, and then when we get to the author rounds, it gets really tricky. So one of the things that they do at this practice is they talk about the themes in the book. So even if you can't remember exactly what that question is, how many books have frogs in it, you could picture his brain just going. Frogs were a big part of the book with Old Jester. I think that's how he remembered that. A girl says there's no point to summer if you can't play kickball. Incorrect. And I want her to say that title again.
Neil Armstrong is my uncle, and otherwise known as Sammy Getty told me.
Wow, I think that deserves applause right there. And when she goes to the battle, if she mistakes even one word in that title, off with her head. So they do have to remember the exact titles, and they're pretty long titles. Brochures are distributed at vacation centers throughout every galaxy in the cosmos. Correct. And a lot of them, again, have very similar themes. A new king accepts a new counselor. Yes. A boy jokes that his new classes involve frilly costumes, wigs, makeup, and tasteful shoes with big buckles. Somebody give him a hint. Who knows it? Give him a hint. I'm a big believer in hints. You don't want to play some of these games with me. I'm really bad. Actually, it's the Fast and the Furious. A boy is given music that he thinks sounds like angry cats being dragged across the strings of a damaged harp. Excellent. And they've also practiced, if you're running out of time, because you only get about 10 to 15 seconds to answer it, hey, if all else fails, guess, but I think he knew that one in the back of his head. Children take care of a baby named Pudding. Yes, one of my favorites. This boy asked for black lace-up shoes for his birthday, but got incorrect. Yes, Sophie Simon solves them all. And the answer to the rest of that question was this boy asked for black lace-up shoes for his birthday, but got anti-gravity boots instead. So some of these books are pretty funny. A group of friends have a weekly Woodhull Society Saturday trip to make bank deposits. No, president of the whole 5th grade. Remember, She had her cupcake business going. A boy writes a "What am I" poem about his nose. Yes. Do you know the whole name of that book? Edgar Allan's Official Crime Investigation Notebook. A Water Wonder 4000 came. Excellent. All right. It's not very likely this dog will be able to find Poppy and Sweetie. Incorrect. Yes. All right, we're going to do one more time, and then little guys, you can go back to class, and we're going to start the really quiet portion. Okay, so let's start with one more page of questions. Go ahead and give them out. All right, ready, guys? A girl wonders if her best friend who moved away still has her Bobby Sherman poster. Yes. A peephole looks into the council's private chambers. Yes. A boy is more interested in a thief than in math. That's correct. Green, shiny, flashing cubes. Twins hike out of the woods to meet their parents at the end of camp. Yes. All right, two more questions. Anytime a girl thinks about how time is ticking away, her knees get as rubbery as a bad batch of overrolled pie dough. A bad batch of pie dough. Cooking. There's a lot of cooking going on in this book. That's how she makes her money. Yes, very good. And last question. Vince does not want moosh. Good. All right. Round of applause, guys. Is that pretty impressive? That's really impressive. And I want 4 of my kids to come on out who are going on to compete outside of the school. So Natalie, Mitch, Razzie, and Dylan, they all scored extremely well. They had to take a written test also, and they all scored very well. And they will be competing next Wednesday over in Tampa against private schools in the area. And then a week after that, they're going to go up to the Largo Public Library. First, we get to play on a playground.